Have you ever noticed that maybe you as a starseed and other light workers as well are suffering from a throat chakra, a chakra in the throat that is blocked? Well, in this video, I'm going to address this, and I'm also going to share some tips and ideas which might be helpful for you if you wish to unlock your throat chakra in the blockage. Hi, and welcome to another video. My name is Aisha, and I'm an Akashic Love Reader for Starseeds and Lightworkers on their highest divine path. And in this video, I would like to talk about the blockage in the throat chakra. And maybe you're not quite familiar what the throat chakra is. Well, there are 7 main chakras in the human body, and these are really like energetical hubs where all the meridians come together, and each chakra stands for a certain kind of quality and is also associated with organs, with a certain color, abilities, and also with, well, maybe a negative emotion like fear, guilt, shame. And it's very important to have your chakras really in the best quality as possible. You know, within TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, one is looking at the qi. The qi is the life force. And as soon as qi energy is stagnant, it can cause a lot of, well, diseases, but also some really not wanted, um, circumstances. For example, if you are having a stagnant energy in your head or in your leg, or, well, it can cause a lot of, well, not always a disease, but can also mean like a mental blockage or an emotional blockage. And we have like 7 main chakras. There's also an 8th chakra, which is very recommendable to work with when you're a starseed. And these chakras, the first one is based at the root of your spine. And when this chakra is like in an optimal state of being and functioning, it has the color red. And this chakra is associated with everything that's physical, with the material world, and also with money, and also with your human body, for example. And when this chakra is imbalanced, you are living in a life which fear is not really a topic. So it means if you are having an unbalanced first chakra, it can mean that you are having a lot of anxiety and fear of perhaps life itself. The second chakra is right underneath your navel, which has the color orange when it's like functioning properly. And it's associated also with your productional organs. This chakra is also very important for the throat chakra, which is the topic of this video, because these are much connected. The second chakra is also called the sacral chakra, and it's also the place where your creativity is based, and it's really it's also related to guilt. And then the third chakra is also called the plexus solaris. It's like in the area of your stomach, and this chakra has the color yellow. This is also the place of your personal power and your willpower, and it's really, the sun is also bright and yellow. It's really like a vibrant chakra as well. If you look at again at TCM, then the chi is also reigned by the masculine and the feminine principle, which is also called yin and yang within TCM. And these are very important, well, basic elementals for the chakra system. A little bit further up is the heart chakra. For us humans, this is the center of all chakras. It's right in the middle. It has the color green, and it's also associated with pink. And it's also associated with heart affairs, with passion, with nature, and also with, well, you might say energies that are associated with love. For example, a lot of the angels and archangels and family of light, like Yeshua and Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary, are associated with a heart, because love is a very important, emotion and energy for us humans and also in this universe. And then a little bit above the chakra of your heart, there's the Hrit chakra, which is Sanskrit for like an upper heart chakra. In another video, I will explain more about this. And now we've come to the throat chakra, which has the color blue in optimal forma. And this chakra is associated with speech, with communication, with internal communication. What do you say to yourself? And also with external communication. How do you vocalize what you would like to say to others? This chakra is also associated, like I said in the beginning, with your second chakra. I will explain more in a bit why this is important. And then you have your third eye, which is your sixth chakra in the right between your eyebrows, between your eyes, which has the color purple. And this is also connected with insights, with visions, with astral traveling, and is really associated with the higher realms. And then there is the crown chakra, which is on top of your head. And usually it has the color indigo. I prefer to give it the color white, sometimes golden white. Depends on, depends on my mood actually. But it doesn't really matter. And maybe you noticed that the chakras also have the colors of the rainbow, also in that order. But why is it important to know for you as a starseed that your throat chakra might be blocked? And what has this got to do with your love life? And also, most importantly, how can you fix it? Well, as you might know, you are a benevolent starseed. And why do I say benevolent? Because the starseeds that are incarnated on Earth have this global theme and mission to bring love to this planet, to be love, to anchor love and light on this planet. And of course, we all have our own unique mission. But the global theme is to anchor love and light on this planet. And some starseeds are doing this by making music or creating arts or whatever. It doesn't really matter as long as you follow your heart. And a lot of starseeds had incarnations before this incarnation. And prior to this incarnation, it can also be that this is your first incarnation, that you never had any incarnations on Earth. But for the majority of us, we had several lives, maybe hundreds or thousands of lives, perhaps here on Earth. But we were always devoted to the light. And as you can imagine, there was a lot of oppression, in the ages and thousands of years before our lives right now. So there were a lot of light workers who were like ridiculed and prosecuted and casted out of society and even killed for standing up for the light. One of the big examples is, of course, Yeshua, which is also, Yeshua was his Aramaic name, but he was Jesus. And of course, he symbolized love and light. And there are numerous other persons on earth, both known and unknown. And because a lot of starseeds were, prosecuted because of their mission to anchor love and light, we have this collective fear and also memories of being hunted down and being, well, wiped out because of our faith and our trust in God. And this is really anchored in our system. It's also called the witch wound. And you can imagine if you would like to speak out and you were literally shut off and cut down and shut down, then there is this trauma in your system that it's unsafe to speak up. Well, these times have changed, right? Because now, in this day and age, it's really safe to speak up. It's really safe to let the world know that you are a light worker. And even though it might be very challenging because of your background, starseeds tend to incarnate in families where they feel lonely because the situation that they were born into really requires some light. So they feel alone anyhow. But that's where this beautiful era comes in, because we live in the era of the internet, right? So we are in contact with each other, and we will create our community online if it's not possible to meet face to face. So it's perfectly safe to step forward and to be a way shower of the love and light. So this is basically the first tip that I would like to give you. So be aware of the fact that your throat is blocked. And this can easily be done by journaling. Write down what you feel, write down what you wish to express, but you are not expressing it, and a lot of the times we swallow what we think. And when we do this often enough, the energy in your throat gets stagnant, and this is where the blockage comes from. And we are still, even though we are safe to speak up and to speak out for the love and light, we are still haunted by the ridicule that might come of it, because normal people are, well, they might believe in a god, but they don't believe in aliens and starseeds and ascended masters and dragons and animal spirits that are there for you. So this might be challenging as well. So speak up and write it down. The second tip I would like to give you when you might be having an idea that your throat is blocked is to do something creative. And this is why I was telling you in the beginning of the video that your throat chakra is connected to your second chakra. So by being creative, you really express yourself. It's also a way of communicating externally and also internally, because you create something and then you will bring it outside. You will express it to the outer world. So find find what works for you, and it really doesn't matter whether you are going to sing or dance or knit or whatever you would like to do, make clothes yourselves. I don't it doesn't really matter, as long as you are creative and are expressing your creativity. And you can also keep it to yourself. You don't have to show it to anyone. It's also really about your own creativity. So that's the second one. And the third one, maybe you could have guessed it, because I have a little statue here of one of my beloved mentors, my dear, sweet, beautiful Mother Mary. And she is, of course, a very important figure. I mean, Christianity, and especially Roman Catholicism, is really fond of her. And you don't have to be a devoted Christian. You don't have to believe at all, because she is an ascended master. She's very powerful, and it's got nothing to do with the church or the Bible, but she was a woman once. 2000 years, she was a woman. She's not an archetype. And of course, she is most famous of the mother of Yeshua, Jesus, and also the maybe a little less famous, but she was also one of the huge, most important mentors of Mary Magdalene, her daughter in law. Even though she was trained in this really high vibe environment, because she was trained at an early age of 3 years old. Can you imagine? She was 3 when she traveled to ancient Egypt and to the Egyptian mystery schools several times, numerous times in her life. And she could do that because her mother was grandmother Anna, and they all came from this very rich family. Her brother was Joseph of Arimathea, one of the wealthiest man at his time, because he was a trader in tin for the Roman army. So she had the means to travel, and she had the means to be initiated, and she would surround herself with very highly fired masters who trained her to do self-mastery, and also the masters in the metaphysical realm, because she was also trained by Isis, Hathor, and Green Tara. And it was in her DNA, but she was also physically trained. So she's very powerful. And the word ascended master means that she is not my personal mentor. She can mentor you as well. And like I said, even if you are a believer, even if you believe in the Christian story, it doesn't really matter. She is there for anyone with eyes to see and ears to hear. So she can help you out. And that's why she is also mentioned in the book. She's actually the fourth key code of this great, amazing book by Kyra, the Sophia Code, and she is called by her She of a Thousand Roses. She has this very motherly, soft energy. So if you ask Mother Mary for help, especially when we, with our human understanding, can't grasp the solution, she is there to mentor you and to help you. And I would really suggest you try it. I mean, she is for free. She can be called on 24/7. So I suggest you give it a try. And if you are attracted um, to her or resonating with the words I'm saying, it could be that you were trained in other lifetimes by her. Well, isn't that amazing? I really am so fond of being one of her, apprentices, and it's really an honor to mentor with her. So I suggest you do it as well. Well, yeah, I'm always getting so excited when talking about my dear, well, I call them my family of light. Joseph of Arimathea, Yeshua, Mother Mary, and Mary Magdalene. And also because they are part of this group that is called the Order of Magdalena. Also, Archangel Michael and Joan of Arc, which this is the bracelet from, are part of this beautiful group. And they are helping Earth and humanity ascending. And it was not the first time that they are doing this, because they are, as a group, traveling throughout the cosmos wherever help is needed. But it's not about them helping you. We are not powerless. The power is within us because we are sovereign beings and we create our own reality here on earth. And you can only do this by putting Mother Mary off of her pedestal, because she is really here as a friend, as a loving, guiding mother, and not as a deity. And we can only do this as well by recognizing that we are divine as well. And it's really important to not only think that, but truly believe that we are. And this is the only way to overcome the darkness, because even though there is a lot of light and love in this world, also on Mother Gaia, but there are also still very dark agendas that are running the show. And this can only happen as long as we don't believe in ourselves. Yeah, really, because humanity is by default a good race, but we are doubtful of our own abilities, and maybe we are afraid of letting our skills and abilities and our powers come out, because as soon as we recognize that we are divine, that we are a part of source, then this comes also with responsibility, right? Because then you can no longer hide, well, behind a religion or a dogma. And this is very wonderful, but also very challenging. Give yourself some grace. The perfect time it will come, but please actively every single day try to, well, work with your higher self and with your guides, for example, Mother Mary. And why is this important? Because I'm an Akashic love guide. So I guide starseeds, benevolent starseeds, and light workers to their own lights, because that's what it is. I'm not a guru, I'm not a messiah. I just show you in front of your own mirror, basically, so you can recognize what you truly are. Imagine this: if you know who you are and you know where you've been to, what your mission is, where your soul lineages lay, and what starseed origin you have, then your heart expands and grows, and you attract those same energies, because it's all about loving yourself, accepting yourself, knowing where you are and who you are. And then you are energetically open to find your significant other, or to dive deeply into your cosmic love adventure, whether you are single and are longing for this significant other, or whether you are in a relationship or a marriage and you would wish to deepen your love connection with your partner. So, well, I think I have this passion for the theme of love and starseeds because I'm a starseed myself. And in this lifetime, I found my significant other. And this is really my wish for every benevolent starseed and light worker, to find their significant other, to live in harmony. And of course, it's not always easy, and it's not always rainbows and butterflies, but it's really doable. And sometimes it's much easier than you think. And calling in the divine internally, which is yourself, your human body, your human awareness, and your higher self, and also calling for help externally. And by externally, I mean Sophia, the divine, the ascended masters, Mother Gaia, and Mother Earth. You know, these are very powerful spirits to work with, because they are a reflection of who you truly are. Well, I hope this video makes a little bit of sense to you. I hope you resonate with it. Thank you so much for watching this video. And I'm also very grateful if you would like to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. If you would like to discuss a topic or you have questions, don't hesitate to give me an email or a call or WhatsApp, whatever. My contact is somewhere in the description. And I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.